today we're going to go into our weekly reading. So starting with today all the way till Saturday of the upcoming week. And if you guys don't know who I am Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. If you want to learn a little bit more about me and check out my readings, check out all of those links down below. So kittensweightsandtarot.com. Also checking out Desert Cauldron, which is a witchy shop that James and I own. Lots of our little magical goodies are there that we have created, as well as local artisans have created as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff there. Looks like we already have some people here. Susie, hey, it says Jupiter and Aries and the moon are conjunct. We start this live. Nice. What up, Butterfly? How are you? All right, so I hope you guys are having a lovely morning. Well, it's late morning here. But anyway, I have grabbed all the decks that I plan on working with today. I also have our little goodies here that I have planned out, but I would like to cast a circle first. And the purpose of that is just to kind of clear out anything that doesn't belong here, anything that would impede on our ability to bring down information, you know, with our intuition, things like that. So if you guys would like to bust out your decks as well, I highly encourage it. That's why I do these live chats, so you guys can participate, so you guys can also join in on the reading. I think it just makes it that much more colorful and that much more rich. So anyway, let's start off with lighting our candle for some fire. Oh, thank you, Susie. All right, so using that fire element to burn away anything that doesn't serve us at this time, and have this lovely dark blue or indigo blue candle, kind of significant of the third eye energy, and utilize a little piece of my Palo Santo here for that air element, just blowing out anything that we don't need at this time. And I may have to turn down the fan above me. We originally turned on the fan high speed for James was making pancakes this morning, which was delicious. So I got a tummy full of pancakes right now. All right. Very nice, very nice, very nice. All right. Kayla, hey, how are you? All right, and then I have a teensy bit of the full moon and Pisces water, but this is also mini storm water that we had here in Arizona, because we are basically done with all the monsoons. So it's like just a petering out of a little bit of drizzle, a little bit of lightning, a little bit of rain here and there. So this was all that I could collect from the actual night of the full moon. So I think this is going to be some powerful stuff. Let's use it to clear out anything that doesn't belong here. Just wash it away with full moon goodness. Maybe a little bit for me too. All right. Beam, beam. Okay, and then let me grab our earth element, which is a wand that James and I created together. This actually is listed in our Etsy shop. This is antelope bone, chlorine included quartz, and then we have a grackle feather from our local grackles that hang out in front of our apartment. They so graciously gifted us this beautiful feather here, but this has a very as above, so below, you know, type of grounded energy. So let's go ahead and call in the elementals. So starting off to my right, which is the north, calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right. Okay. Yay! Caitlin says, I'm good. How are you? Fantastic. I'm glad everybody is having themselves a glorious Sunday morning. Okay, and I have my Tibetan singing bowl here. This one is attuned to the heart chakra. So let's open up those hearts there, and here we go. it just makes you feel so good. Okay. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna turn down the fan above. Give me just a second. Much better. Susie said, beautiful. All right, you guys. So I have a few decks, like I said, that I'm going to be working with today. If you're going to be slanging some cards with us, let us know what decks you're working with. And if you're just going to just pull down some intuition, maybe do some direct channeling, you know, let us know if you're going to be doing that as well. Okay, so I have my Wally's World Oracle, as always, of course. And if you are interested in this deck, the link for it is down below. And this is a deck that I've wanted for a really long time, and this is the Herbal Tarot. You notice that the box is a little bit different because this is the box from the 80s, back in the day. It is a used deck, and I got it at a place called Bookman's that we have here in Tempe. And I suppose there's other Bookman's, you know, in Arizona, maybe outside of Arizona. But they have everything from board games to books to old magazines and like video games and, you know, electronics, things like that, musical instruments, lots of interesting items there, some handmade goods. But basically you can bring in your stuff. Like I brought in a bunch of books that I was, you know, finished reading because I'm downsizing, you know, for the move. So I brought in all these books, and they said we could either give you $10 cash or $40 in store credit. I was like, oh, well, let's go with the store credit. So we got a couple of like little like board games, you know, for James and I to play. And I got a couple of little decks and a pair of earrings, actually. So just a few little items, but, oh, and 2 books. I know technically I'm like paring down, but it was paring down because I gave away a lot of things. And then it's like, you know, I only took in a few things. So technically it all balances out. But anyway, so I got the Herbal Tarot. And I also got a playing card deck called Dragon Witches. And I need to show you. The artwork is amazing on this playing card deck. So the backs, you know, I mean, it's playing cards. So, but it's a linen finish. And the art is gorgeous. Like, it's a legit, like, oracle deck. And I've already found that it's super fun to read with, so I need to use it in today's reading. So yeah, Dragon Witches. All right, let's see, let's go back here. Susie says I'm going to use the Energy Oracle cards again because it has been reading well. Butterfly said Southern Gothic and Southern Botanic Oracles and the Green Witches Tarot. Excellent. And Kayla says, I will use Ethereal Visions deck. That sounds super cool. And Butterfly was like, wow. Yeah, I'm like, and how much was this one? I think it was like $9 or $10 at the Bookman's. So that's cool. But anyway, you guys probably know the Herbal Tarot because obviously it's like, it's from the 80s, but you can buy it new now on like Amazon and bookstores and things like that. But anyway, for being a used deck, I mean, it looks brand new. But check this out. And you guys know I have a little green witchy heart, so I love my herbs. And if I can get my herbs in the tarot, then excellent. But I love the colors. I love the artwork. It just, something very special. Anyway, and then you guys check out the backs. So nice. And you know what? I like that old school cardstock that is like nice and thick. So anyway, I'm going to be using that. I might as well just leave it out because I'm going to use this deck. Let's see, other decks that I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the Jade Oracle. I'm going to use the Witch's Kitchen Oracle cards. I don't know. I'm just feeling all kinds of, I guess I just picked my green decks and it's not St. Patty's Day, but anyway. And then of course my charms. You guys like it when I bust out my charms. So yeah, we're gonna be messing with those today too. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Let's see. Edgar says, if this was high school, I'd get detention every day. Hey guys. What's up, Edgar? Hey, you know what? I used to get detention just about every day when I was in kindergarten and first grade for getting to school late, because my mom would drop me off late because my mom was like pregnant when I was in first grade. So not our fault. Annette, hey, how are you? She says, good morning, everyone. Can't stay long. Well, happy to have you. Sherry Bog, what up, girl? Okay, so first things first, before we get started with everything, I posted something on our Desert Cauldron Instagram. So that's at desert.cauldron on Instagram. And we have created a mystery box. This is our very first mystery box. So the items that are in here, we've created specifically for this box. So they're not really anything that you can find in our shop. So they're very special items, and some items come from James's crystal shop as well. So there's of course going to be a little ditty in there that describes all the things that are there, and I showed off a couple of things on the little Instagram stories, like we created a reel, but it's a mystery box. I can't show you guys all. I can't show you.
One thing.
Okay, maybe I'll just show one of the things that I've already shown.
No, one extra thing.
One extra thing? Okay, because it's the live chat. Okay, one extra thing. Well, okay. And if you guys want to see what those other two things are, like I said, go to our Instagram at desert.cauldron. Okay, so, okay. Gosh, I don't know, like, there's like a lot of good stuff in here. Okay, I got something. Okay, in here, I have a little bag of arnica. Actually, it's a lot of arnica. With arnica, I would probably not suggest ingesting arnica, so I would probably not make a tea with this. But if you were going to make a salve with this, really, really good stuff, especially, as you know, it's really good with bruises, helping bruises to heal faster, especially topically. So if you wanted to make a salve with this, I would say in like some sort of double boiler or slow cooker, put in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of beeswax, and put in some arnica, let it simmer for, I don't know, I'd say half the day, and let that really infuse into the oil, into the, well, actually, I would say put the beeswax in last, because you want to strain out the arnica, unless you want to actually leave that in and let it harden, you know, into a salve. But I would probably strain out the actual herb itself, so that way it's just a smooth salve. But yeah, and then if you wanted to add some essential oils, you could do that. But that's one way that you can use it as a salve. You could also use it in your spell work, anything to do with healing, like rapid healing. So whether you are doing some spell work with rapid healing, you know, for the human body, or you're going through some cord cutting, you're going through some like emotional healing, or, you know, things like that, arnica, this is your jam. So hence why we put this. And like I said, a lot of these items aren't in the shop yet, so I don't have arnica in the cauldron yet, but I have pulled it out for this little mystery box. There's quite a few things in here. I'd say it totals up to just over $75 worth of our stuff put together that we've created. But we are doing $50 plus shipping in the continental US. So anyway, mystery box, Desert Cauldron's first mystery box. So if you guys would like it, just let me know. This is a woman only, and if people end up taking it, then we'll make some more mystery boxes. Okay, so that's what go with that there. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Ever since these kittens are whooping my butt already, they're like this small, dude. Okay, listen. Ooh, mystery box. Kayla coming in with her little emojis, the special emojis. Mimi, how are you? Says love mystery box. So cute. Susie says hello to James. He says hi. Susie said this is so nice. Oh, I heard say it's breaking up a little bit. Okay. That might be the internet connection. I mean, we've been in this worker retrograde, just like for everybody, you know, it kind of just started, and the electronics are just, my electronics just aren't doing that well. Internet, all of that. Especially like when I was trying to do a Viber reading with somebody, it took a while to get it to work before I could do the reading. Yeah, butterflies like Mercury serving serving catering. Yeah, it's just the mic, not the video. Interesting. I hope it's fine now. You guys doing okay now? Edgar says, the next to my bed, stayed up during the delivery and been letting Mama out Okay. Oh, it has an echo. Okay, how is it now? The audio okay now? So I plugged it back in. Okay, it's good. Yay! Okay, maybe that's all I had to do. If it gets a little weird later, I'll just unplug the mic and we'll just use an old school like cell phone mic. Okay, so where was I before we got into mic things? Oh yeah, last night. Okay, I know that some people have trouble sleeping on the new moon, the full moon, things like that, and usually I do too. But how was everybody's sleep last night? Like, any interesting dreams, or was it just me? So just wondering, because it was really weird last night. Um, Edgar says my pit bull is inside with us. He's excited about the kittens too. Aw, the pit bull wants to be a parent. So cute. Susie said, weird dreams. I was talking to Mr. Big from Sex and the City about my teeth. Oh my God, Susie, your teeth? I had dreams about my teeth last night. And some other stuff was going on. Wow. Wow. That's really weird. Kayla said, I had a weird dream, but I can't remember it. And Mimi said, really vivid, messed up dreams. Yeah, mine were pretty messed up. And Susie's like, I don't watch that show anymore. And Sherry Bug's like, I slept like a rock last night. Marble Maiden said, I had a rough time getting to sleep. I know I had funky dreams, but I don't remember them. And Edgar said, mine are very aggressive. Yeah, last night it was weird. I mean, normally I have, I think, pleasant dreams. You know, mine are just very adventurous. You know, there's always a lot going on in my dreams, you know, because then my little Gemini brain can just run amok. But last night, I don't quite remember the specifics of like any dreams. Sherry Book is wondering if any other Pisces had some jacked up dreams. I know, right? All I remember is there's a certain part, and I think it was the part where James actually heard me wailing because he was having a hard time sleeping. So he came out to the living room, and then he heard me apparently making some noises, some distress noises. So he came into the room, you know, to make sure that I was okay and everything, you know, flooding it with light and stuff. But it was something like I was sitting somewhere and I was picking at my bottom tooth and it popped out, like my canine down here had popped out of my mouth. And I was like, oh no, my mouth is bleeding, obviously, you know, in my dream, but my tooth looks like a shark tooth. Like, it doesn't look like my tooth. And I'm like, oh no, I have to put my tooth back in my mouth before I can't. I was gonna like shove my tooth back in, but it was so weird. It just looked like this shark tooth. And I kept trying to put it in. There's a guy standing there and he's got like a knife in his hands and he keeps blocking my mouth with this knife. And I'm like, no, dude, let me put my tooth in. And he's just laughing. For some reason, his knife is also bloody, by the way. And he's just like, ha ha ha. And I'm like, and then I decide, you know, because sometimes I decide, I know I'm dreaming and I decide I don't want to be in this dream anymore. I'm going to wake up now. And so I'm like trying to wake myself up. And I thought I woke up, but I was still in a dream. You know, I woke up to thinking I was in my bedroom because I was literally laying in my bed like I would have been, facing my vanity mirror and everything. So it looked like our bedroom, but I somehow knew I was still sleeping. And there was this like electrical ball at the foot of the bed that I didn't really like, you know. Hey, Sarah! I felt this thing try to raise my leg up and it was lifting up the covers and I'm like yelling like, no, 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 like stop, stop, stop. And I know that it's, whatever it was trying to pull my astral body back out again because I was trying to wake up. So my astral body was back into my body and this thing was trying to pull me out. And I was trying to like open my eyes and I would open them a little bit and see my actual bedroom. And then as soon as I close them, I'd see the superimposed bedroom that was not my real bedroom with this thing that is showing me that it can like pull my astral body out. Like it's lifting my legs and the covers and everything. And I'm like, no, no, no. And I guess James, that's when he came in and, made it all better. But yeah, and then I don't remember the dreams after that. But all I know is they were weird, man. That was weird. I know there's a lot of weird, something about students too. I don't know. Dude. Um, let's see. Susie said, a good boyfriend. Edgar said, I dreamed someone was trying to kidnap me and hold me hostage. Dude. Susie's like, wow. Hugs. And Marble Maiden said, I'm a Pisces. I do remember one vaguely. I was Michael Myers hiding from Michael Myers. It was super weird. That's the only one I remember. Oh my goodness. What was going on last night with all of us? Edgar said, no worries. My kidnapper regretted it when I did something to his neck. Susie's like, there you go. Jan, hey, how are you? Says, hello, everyone. How are you doing? Sherrybug says, I kind of want to start keeping track of dreams and what the moon and stars are doing to see if there's a correlation. Yeah, you know what? I have a journal that I keep next to the bed just in case I really feel like I need to write some stuff down. So yeah, maybe you want to keep like a pen and a journal or a piece of paper or something right next to the bed. So as soon as you wake up and you think that there's something that maybe I should write this down, especially if it's, like you said, it could be correlated to the phases of the moon or, star alignment, things like that. So, or planet alignment. Butterfly said, mine was so tame in comparison. I was braiding my hair. Nice. Jan said, I'm great. Thank you. Excellent. So yeah, I thought I would just see if there was anybody else that had some awkward dreams. It looks like we all had some different stuff going on, from teeth dreams to kidnapping dreams to braiding hair, Michael Myers running from Michael Myers. So, that retrograde, Pisces moon, Jupiter, all that stuff, that must have been well, I guess all that watery energy really messing around in the dreamland, I suppose. All our astral bodies doing odd things. Edgar says, the only thing out of whack are New York dreams, safe, warm place during Mercury retrograde. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our little list today. So to start off, we have already cast our circle, we already cast our circle, and I want to go into the Mayan dates. So if you don't know, I am a Mayan astrologer. I do teach Mayan astrology at the Leon Mystery School. Link for that is down below. And every now and then on Instagram, I'll do a little post about the Mayan date. But today happens to be 6 Chuen. So Chuen is known as the artist, the weaver, the painter, able to create many wonderful things. But we are in the week of Kimi, which is kind of this more divine feminine type energy. And the number 6 has everything to do with the home, all the different facets of the home. So if you're feeling I don't know, maybe a little overwhelmed with all the things that need to occur within the home, things that you want to work on, tasks that you have to do, kids that you have to get ready for this or that, or kittens that you have to take care of, little baby kittens, then you can call on the energy of the artist, Chuen, that artistic ability. How can we look at the things that are going on in our home right now, and how can we rework it creatively? How can we do this so it's a lot more fun for everyone, or so that we can get everybody involved and not one person is feeling burnt out? And if you do live alone, then maybe there are some people that you can call on to come help you, or maybe you want to consolidate just how you run the household. You're a single person household. Maybe you're doing too many things. Maybe there's a few things that don't have to be done every single day. Maybe you can do it at a different time. Maybe you can listen to a live chat in the background, or maybe you play some music and have fun, as you're cleaning out the bathroom or something like that. But this is all about getting creative today as it pertains to your home. So get creative with the people in your home, the four-legged fur babies in your home, or feathery babies or scaly babies, whatever you got. And how can we make it more interesting and more effective and a little less stressful. So that's a wonderful energy to work with today. And then we go all the way to next Saturday, which is actually going to be the day before the end of our trecena, which means that the energy is going to start ramping up again. And if you don't know what a trecena is, it is a 13-day week, and the Tzolk'in calendar is a 260-day calendar. It is a lunar calendar and actually does follow the exact lunar cycle or planetary cycle of Venus. But anyway, we'll be ending with 12 Kaban, and Kaban is all about knowledge and understanding. And so with the number 12, it's all about reflection. So we're reflecting on all of the things that we have learned, all of the things that maybe we've learned consciously, maybe the things that we've learned subconsciously, you know, just it being an influence, influenced by our parents, our surroundings, our culture, society, and how is that affecting or showing in my day to day, you know, my reactions to things, how I interact with other people, the jobs I decide to take, you know, how much of that is actually influenced by my surroundings, how much of that is learned, you know, so there was that thing we learned back in school about nature versus nurture. Maybe that's something to ponder, you know, on that 12th day. But also thinking about, what do you want to learn next? What are some things that really pique your interest that you would like to dive into? Maybe astrology is something that, you know, is really interesting for you. Maybe odd dreams. And like Sherry, trying to find a correlation between what's going on, you know, in the sky, in the stars, in the sky, and in the solar system, and how is that affecting us? Because we are a part of that too. You know, sometimes we think that, oh, I'm on this little marble here and everything is outside of us and that has nothing to do with me. You know, sometimes I think we think that we are separate, separate from the planet and separate from, you know, the stars and everything around us, including all the dimensions and everything like that. And I think it's, you know, maybe that could be an area of study that you want to dive into. Okie dokie. Susie throwing up the hearts. Okay, and then going into the herb of the week. Are you guys ready? This is something that I think pretty much most everybody should have or might have in one form or another, and that is basil. Check it out. I have some dried basil here, although you can get some fresh basil at the grocery store. I do that every now and then, but the fresh basil at our grocery store just hasn't been that great in the past couple of times we've been there, so I'm just like with my dried basil right now. But some people use it as a seasoning for things. Some people do like to have the fresh kind, or maybe you actually have a basil plant, which is really cool. Nice prosperity for your home. And some people will just pick a few of the leaves and maybe make a little Capri salad. You know, you can make some little tomato wraps or, you know, some spaghetti and things like that. But other than basil tastes good, what are some things we can learn about basil? And Susie said, I have basil. Edgar says, just ask the cards what I can do to better express myself artistically. There you go. Definitely dive into that, especially, you know, for today. Okay, so I have my little notes here. So in the physical realm, if you are using this as a health aid, what health benefits does basil have? Number one, it is chock full of vitamin A and K. It has a lot of iron and magnesium, calcium, and there's also essential oils in here that we need. It's really good for skin, and if you were wanting to do a detox, like some people have water infusions with basil, like fresh basil in there, and they use that to kind of detox their system, you know, the whole digestive tract and everything. That would be really good, and it is really good for digestion, which, you know, probably makes sense, especially because most of the time when we're pairing basil with something, it's usually pasta. So if you're gonna have a big meal, might as well have something with it that helps with that digestion. Okay, physicality aside, let's talk magical. Anytime I'm using basil with something, I want to increase something, or bring in some sort of abundance. So I would say this is kind of like the clear quartz of the plant world. If you're wanting to really amp up something, increase it, make it more, I would use a little bit of basil in that. So you could obviously use it in your foods. Let's say, for instance, you are using it in spaghetti or bolognese. I would say that is a perfect meal to make if you were trying to bring in some sort of abundance, like if your intention, let's say, was monetary abundance, or abundance of whatever. Already, pasta is an abundant, heavy meal. It's got all this pasta sauce and basil and things in it, which makes you feel abundant, like this is a lot of food, and then you feel full on the inside. And so as you're eating your spaghetti with your basil, eat it intentionally. And I'm eating abundance. I'm literally surrounded by abundance. I have abundance on my plate. I have the ability to make abundance. That meal was a lot of separate components until it came together and made some delicious bolognese. So put your intention into your food. This is also really good if you're going to make a tea. I prefer to have it in my food, but you can use it, create your own, money, attracting incense or some sort of abundance. What do you want to bring in, threefold, fourfold? Maybe even put it underneath your pillow if you want abundance of more dreams. But I don't know if we want to do that right now. But yeah, if you want a little kick in the pants, a little extra, call on your friend Basil. Let's see here. Butterfly says it makes a good floor wash for prosperity. Yes, definitely. That is so cool. Edgar said one of my top herbs to help cleanse spiritually and help uplift your mood. Nice. And Susie said beautiful tips. Yeah, you guys. So yeah, share any of the other ways that you guys use basil, because that's one of my favorite ones to use, actually, because it is pretty easy for me to get. It's at the grocery store. One day I want to grow basil again when I have a yard again. But in the meantime, I can use the dried version or get it fresh when it's good again at the grocery store. I don't know why they would sell me wilted basil. Anyway. Okay, so let's move on. Let's actually get to our forecast now. So let's see what's cooked up for this upcoming week. All right. So I think you guys had mentioned some of the decks you're using. If anybody else is going to join in with us, let us know your decks, or let us know that you're going to be doing some channeling or just some straight intuition connection. That's awesome too. All right, so let me take out Wally's World here. And like I said, for this weekly reading, I'm going to use the Herbal Tarot. Okay, so what I'm going to use Wally's World for is to figure out the theme for this week. So what is our theme for this week? And you guys, by all means, go ahead and pull some cards. Sherrybug says it's a great herb for making magical oils. Indeed. And it smells so good. I love the smell of basil. I can just eat straight basil, by the way. Surian, hey, how are you? Long time no see, girl. Edgar says, I whack people with basil. Joking. I make bushels of basil, lavender, rosemary, and sage for cleansings. That must smell so freaking good. That's a good idea. Basil, lavender, rosemary, and sage. That would be a really nice smudge bundle. That smell, I can already smell it. That would smell amazeballs. Sorry, thank you. Susie's like, yum. All right, so if you guys want to pull a theme card as well, looks like we have 2 theme cards. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All right, Surian, we missed you too. So I got the Desert Tower here. This is just out of San Diego County, just before you hit Imperial County, kind of heading east. It's also known as the Hippie Tower because it was made by hippies, and there's a lot of hippies still from the 60s and 70s that still live there. And then I also have this wonderful card here that was taken, I believe it was in Suzhou, when I was in China, and it was right next to a little dock. It's a little boating town there. So let's put these together and see what our theme is for this week. Sherrybug's like, I think I need to make one of those. I know, right? Annette says I'm going to try and join in using the Somnia Tarot. Ooh, very cool. All right, so let's channel through these. What's going on here? Kayla said the moon. Oh, Cheeky. We just had our full moon. Well, technically, I guess we're still in the full moon phase. Cheeky, cheeky. Okay. Interesting. It feels like this theme is all about waiting. And I don't know if that's something that I said last week too. It feels similar, but it feels like this week is all about waiting for something, like waiting for some more information to come in, waiting for, to hear back from somebody. But this time of like stillness, where I know that we have things to do, and it's like I feel like we're trying to get our things done, but the energy is just whoa, just like molasses, like everything slow down, wait, wait, wait. And so it might be a tad frustrating, especially for many of us that are go, go, go. Maybe some of you fire signs out there, maybe some of the earth signs as well. Um, just trying to push through the energy as fast as they can. But I feel that this is really thick energy is going to force a lot of us to go on go on hold, be on pause for a moment. Um, Even the air signs, like myself, I have a lot of air in my chart. It feels like even maybe some communication is being put on hold, but also um, feeling a little like a slowdown when it comes to trying to figure out, okay, how do I get out of this like little bog? Like, how do I speed things up? And it's like, it's just not there. Like, it's like a block being put up, like forcing everything to just wait. So that's interesting. Interesting, interesting. um, let's see. Sherrybug says, I want that deck so much. And Butterfly says, Somnia Tarot is so thought provoking. And Susie got the Thinking Woman, my stalker card this week. I'm needing to feel more, less thinking. Well, I mean, and for some reason, I don't feel like this is affecting a lot of the water signs as much, because I feel like they're already just kind of like floating around, just kind of waiting. But for the rest of us, maybe embracing a lot of that watery energy, even if we don't have a whole lot of water or we lack any water, in our chart. It's a lot of this just floating around in the middle of the ocean, like no waves coming. You're just floating there, on your surfboard, just chilling, waiting for the next roll to come in. But interesting, being forced to wait, 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 wait. Edgar says, I had to take out two cards, Judgment and Eight of Cups, in a process of great decision regarding putting feelings in order, so I may move on. Interesting. Well, that also sounds like a very kind of slow energy. Again, yeah, it seems like this week is just slow. um, and by the way, the repeating numbers as they, I usually always see them. Um, Continuing with a lot of the ones. James has seen more of like twos and threes lately, but that 1911 or 911, 911 has been stalking me for a couple of years, and it's just like so ramped up now. So when it was actually 9:11 a.m. on September 11th, I had to take a screenshot on my phone because I was like, look, the numbers, they just stalked me. And so that's why I'm like, does it have anything to do with, what's going on today, since like 911 has stalked me for a long, long time, like 2 years. um, Annette says, I haven't worked with it yet. I'm just taking it all in. It's a lot. Yeah, and then Susie said today is 911, 9/11. Yes. Um, and I know that there's many that are thinking upon, a lot of the things that have occurred, especially in America on September 11th, 2001, but a lot of other things too. People were talking about Pearl Harbor and all that stuff. Okay, so a lot of energy going on. Let's, with all that in mind, pull some cards for our week. So if that's our theme, is like wait, slow down. You know, if your mind wants to go a million miles a minute, I don't think so. So, okay. Herbal Tarot, what you got for us? Okay, I'm going to pull a few cards here. And by the way, I posted a video yesterday. I don't know if you guys want to go check it out. But I channeled Queen Elizabeth II. As you know, the Queen has passed away, the Queen of England. And James and I were like, let's, channel her energy, whether it's her ego spirit, which is usually like the spirit that's still more, the part of us that's still more human. It's like you're still talking to the human. Or let's see what her higher self has to say, because our higher self comes in all sorts of incarnations, on Earth and off Earth, different dimensions. So thought we just wanted to see what would happen, just open up the floor. And, it was a kind of a mixture of the Queen speaking and a mixture of her higher self speaking. So it was different. It was a very different channeling. And we went out to our little duck pond to go do the channeling because it was nice out. It was like 96 degrees. So it was nice out. But I was like kind of nervous. I was like, well, I don't know. Should we put this up? Because, we didn't really have feelings one way or another about it. We just wanted to put the information out there. Like I just channeled some information. Here you go. So it wasn't to say like, oh, the Queen, get all into like the nitty gritty and like all the drama and all the royalty stuff. I don't really know that much about the royal family, which is how I like it when I channel something. I don't really want to know that much about it. I just want the channeling to be pure and I just want it to come through. So it was different, I will say. So yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, I have channeling Queen Elizabeth II. Okay. Let's see what you guys got here. Butterflies like, I'm avoiding the news. Ooh. Susie says it's definitely a hard day for everyone. And Susie also avoiding the news. I never watch the news anyway. I mean, maybe there's some stuff on Twitter, but Edgar says English people were saying at least we have our towers on TikTok. Some Americans were like, well, your queen is dead. I'm like, WTF. People say really dumb stuff sometimes. Like when given a platform, like maybe I say a lot of dumb things too, but I mean, if you don't have something nice to say, maybe don't say anything at all. Like if people are just wanting to share information or maybe their opinions on something, but like just to say things just to be snarky. Yeah, Susie's like so rude of people. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now I'm like shuffling these cards harder. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's pull 4 cards. I'm feeling like 4 cards. That's also my lucky number, so I like to do everything in 4s. Okay, let's see what we got here. And like I said, if you guys want to pull some cards as well, go ahead. I have the 4 of Swords. Oh my gosh, right off the bat. Didn't I say that this is a slow down week? Take it easy. Stop. Block. All right. 4 swords. This guy's just chilling on mullein, by the way. And by the way, when I make my smoke blends, I love using mullein because it's actually really good for the lungs, but it is, it's not really a sedative, but it does help to calm nerves. So I understand why they would put that into the 4 swords. So that's interesting. And then we have the High Priest, which would be like your Hierophant, and we have Sage. Edgar was busting out the sage over there, mixing it with his lovely concoction of, was it lavender, basil, and rosemary mixed with his sage. Just, I gotta keep that in mind because I want to do that too. And then we have Yarrow with the Ace of Wands. And then we have 7 of Wands, Wild Ginger. All right, some lovely herbs here, by the way. And I have used all of those herbs. And actually, I would say of those herbs, mullein is my favorite. For me, it's like the most versatile herb. Sharebug said, just downloaded a couple tarot decks onto my phone since I'm at work. Excellent. Susie said, Glastonbury Tarot has a free app, so you guys want to check that out. April, hey, April, how are you? It says, love that necklace. Sorry, just came in. Well, hey, you're welcome at any time, anytime. If you want to pull some cards with us, that would be wonderful too. Or if you just want to channel or bring down some downloads, pull some charms. Butterfly said, I was so disappointed in people sending abusive messages towards people who weren't grieving due to complicated colonial histories or other personal generational traumas. Yeah, but you know, here's I have a thing on that. Like, I think I could see the other side too. Like when people say things and they may not know that they are inadvertently helping to bring your own shadows to the forefront, your own triggers and traumas with what they're saying. But, you know, in their mind, maybe they're just saying something just to be snarky, and maybe they're having a bad day and they just want to say something not nice to somebody else. However, the other person, I mean, we could take it as an attack or block or delete that person. But we could also say, wow, this person's really triggering me. Why does this person have so much power over my emotions, my feelings right now? What's going on with that? And so, like you're saying, you know, people have some traumas over, you know, the colonialism and history and all of that. And so maybe this is a really good time for a lot of that to come to the surface. And maybe it starts off with people just thinking that the other person's the enemy, like a lot of nasty back and forth. But maybe ultimately what would be nice is that some healing comes from it, some people looking inwards, and you know, maybe the shouting at somebody else and saying not nice things to somebody else, maybe from that they stop drop and listen to yourself, and maybe go inward and say, what's triggering me that I feel like I need to lash out at other people, and also the other people, these people are lashing out at me. Why am I triggered, and why do I feel like I'm a victim of what they're saying and doing? So I think that there can be a lot of healing, but also a lot of people just being more mindful of, you know, what they say. And so that's why I was, you know, like saying with the video that I had put out, it was just, you know, my opinion wasn't in there. It was just, you know, straight channeling. And I know that it would probably, maybe some people might be like, oh, wow, that was interesting information. Some people might feel triggered because they would want me to say something particular that would make them feel good, and that wasn't my intention. It was just information. So I think this is a good time, like I said, to feel through our feelings and what's coming up for us at this time, because a lot of stuff in a lot of different countries, not just England and not just America, but in a lot of places. Let's see, let's go back here. Sherrybug said, cool, I got Legacy of the Divine by the Ciro Marchetti. Nice. And Edgar says, it's hard when the colonists are still racist towards the victims. And Sherrybug says, social media allows people to be a-holes. Well, that's free speech. And Susie said, yes, trolls who jump on people. And why can't they be treasure trolls? You know, when I think of trolls, I think of little jewels in the tummy and little colored hair. Like, why can't people be those trolls? Thank you, Susie. And then Edgar says, media sinks ships. Yep. And Butterfly said, grief is a complicated process. Yes, it is. And it doesn't look the same for everybody. And Sherrybug said, at the same time, she was born to the position and didn't have a choice. Yeah, we have to think of all of these factors. Annette said, my hubby and I were just having a conversation about this. Yeah, this stuff is coming up, you guys. It's coming up. But like I said, this is an opportunity. Like, we can either look at it as just a bunch of nasty people online. I'm just going to ignore it all, which you could. But maybe while also putting up your shields and not like soaking in other people's energy, you know, a lot of us empaths out there, instead of soaking it all in, you know, what could I learn at this time? And that might be some cards that we could pull for ourselves today, is what could we learn from this? How can we grow from this? How can we heal from it? All of the stuff that's going on, you know, right now, all of the stuff that's going on, even in our personal lives. I know we have personal stuff going on too. So this is a, what can we do about it? You know, put the power, I'm all about put the power back on yourself. You know, you have the power. Don't give your power away. Don't let other people jerk your emotions around, or, you know, jerk your traumas around. Don't give them a reason to do that. So let's heal the traumas. Then they got nothing to jerk except themselves. Anyway. Yeah, healing time. Edgar's like, put a jewel in their troll mouths. Oh, sweet. Sherry Bug's like, treasure trolls. Susie says, we move to Aries moon this weekend. Aries will bring out that lower octave. Yes, the lowest notes. Exactly. Okay. So again, taking a look at this, let's go ahead and channel it for this week. Edgar's like, my word. You caught that, did you? All right, so again, it was the Four of Swords, the Hierophant or High Priest, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So having two of those Wands cards, one Major Arcana, one Swords card, we are missing the Water element, and we're also missing the Pentacles element. So Cups and Pentacles, just the FYI. For the numbers here, I don't really see any repeating numbers. We have 4, 7, 1, and 5. Okay. All right, so let's dive into this. Okay, so it seems like exactly what we were already talking about together here. You know, everybody's expressing the energy that they're feeling in a variety of ways. Some people may feel like it's too much for a lot of the stuff that's coming up for them, and it may have nothing to do with, you know, somebody's passing. It may have nothing to do with you know, what happened in 2001, you know, here in America. It may have nothing to do with like those external people, but those external people can be our triggers for things. And so it's easier sometimes for us to say, instead of saying, wow, there's a lot of healing and a lot of stuff I have to work through, it's easier to yell at someone else, blame someone else. You're the reason I'm feeling bad. You're the reason I'm having a bad day. Your whole country or your people or that group of people over there, they're all the reason that bad things are happening to me, which puts us into the victimhood. And if you're a victim, then that means the power has been taken away. You know, victims don't have power. But if we can bring that power back and say, whoa, wait a minute, you know, obviously these people who are saying all these things, or all the energy being chaotic, they're expressing something that may have nothing to do with the situation, but has a lot to do with what's going on internally. And they don't know how else to express it than to just be nasty. It's like, I just need to get it out because I feel nasty, or I feel mad or angry on the inside and I don't know why. So I need to find something to be angry or nasty at. And so, like I was saying, this is a wonderful time for healing, of going inwards. No wonder this is all about slowing down, not letting us be distracted by the things that normally distract us, you know, things on the television and going out to parties with friends, or, you know, going here or there. This is all about, no, we're going to slow everything down, because it looks like, as a planet, people have to do some healing, because there's a lot of finger pointing, but not a whole lot of going inwards to see how can we heal this, so that when people say things, it won't trigger us. It's like, oh wow, sounds like there's some issues that you have there, but it would just bounce right off of us. Whereas if they're hitting a trigger inside of us, something that is unhealed, then we feel like we're involved in that person's energy. Now we're engaging in the situation, whereas otherwise we just say peace. and we'd be out. So what's coming up for us this week? While we're having this slowness this week, this calmer time, I would say calm because it feels like molasses. It just feels so slow. How can we look inside, and what are some things that we can heal? That puts the power back into us. We have the power, because then we have the power to heal ourselves. We have the power to look inwards. And when we have the power, we're no longer a victim. We're no longer a victim to how people, what they say, what they do. That's all on them and not on us. So let's go inwards this week. That's kind of like the major thing, especially because we had the sage card. Yes, it's really good for banishing things. Edgar was talking about his bundle, that he makes for smudging his place, making sure that things are banishing. Let's banish some of that stuff. Let's air things out while we have the time. Let's air things out this week. Let's, clean out our apartments, our houses, maybe literally, but also what is some energetic gunk I can let go of? What are some people, things that they've said that may mean more about them than it does about me? And why are we taking on those words if it's not really anything about us? So things that we can take a look at. So I see this as a very healing week, you guys. And yarrow, by the way, also a very healing herb, and that was one that came up. I forgot what card because I don't have my eyes open right now. But yarrow is also about opening up our psychic ability. So maybe opening up our third eye, our psychic eyes, and being able to see what's truly going on. What is the bigger picture this week? And if things are slowed down, then we have more time to do these things. That's a good thing. And you don't have to go it alone. Like, bring in a friend or even your fur baby, work alongside them. All right. Okay. Whew. All right, here. So let's go back here. Annette was letting Edgar now. I'm using that image now. Edgar said, yeah, I got a trigger for them. It's on my AK-47. Wow. Wow. Susie said, love that. Don't be the victim. Sherry Bug said, I got the Five of Swords reversed. Desire to be introspective and forgive. Yes, and forgiveness is a big thing too, and that's something I don't want to be like I'm an authority on forgiveness, because obviously I have a lot of stuff I have to work on with forgiveness. Oh, and Susie drew the happy family, but when we're working on forgiving, forgiving the idiotic things people say on the internet, whether or not it's directed at us, forgiving ourselves, things that happened in the past, things that people did to us in the past, is not to say that, oh, that's okay what that person did. You're not forgiving that. You're saying, I forgive because I don't want to hold on to that anymore. Because that situation has already happened. It's already gone. Why should I continue to suffer? Again, that's the victim mentality. Somebody did this to me. Now I continue to suffer. Days, months, years later, I'm still suffering. I'm still letting it affect me now. Why continue to allow yourself to suffer? And that's why we say forgive. Cut that cord and say, you know what? That was the past. And what happened was not okay, but I choose not to hold on to that stuff anymore, because it has no bearing on what's happening in my present. And as I say that, I know that's stuff that I'm working on, but that's the download that's coming through, is that we don't need to hold on to that stuff. Why should we be the ones to continue to suffer? Especially if somebody did something really awful. And I know that I've heard a lot of stories from you guys, and some people have done some really unkind things to you guys. But why allow those awful people, those attackers, whoever they may have been, why allow them to continue to hurt you? You don't deserve that. So that's why we forgive, and that's why we let go. We say that person's got their own karma, their own stuff to work on. What they did was not okay, but I'm healing from it. I'm growing from it. I release it. So, yeah, just just a little something that popped in there. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Marble Maiden said, I also got the Five of Swords reversed. See, this is why we do these live chats. I love the synchronicity. Billy, hey, how are you? This is File Me Under, better late than never. Hey, no worries. Long hair, skinny Ito. Hey, how are you? Long time no see. And Sherry Bug said, I think forgiveness and grace are the hardest things to give self or another. I concur. For me, I find it easier to forgive other people. The hardest thing to forgive myself. Like, the hardest thing in the world, I think. Billy said, thinking of those in pain with memories of 9/11. Oh, thank you, Billy. Annette says, every experience, good and bad, has been a lesson. Yes, and we can grow from it, or we can continue to live in it. And I think a lot of us want to grow from it, but yeah, it's hard work, you guys. Hard work. Sherry Book said, yeah, Billy, me also. It's always a different sort of day being an EMT. I always feel heavy today. Also believe one of my spirit guides was a firefighter in a tower. Aw. And Susie said, me too. Billy said, a hurty heart and a lot of past grief is coming up after Queen Elizabeth II died on Thursday. There's a lot of coverage and preparations for her state funeral on the 19th of September. So that's, wow, that's actually kind of far out. What's that, 8 days from now? Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, man. Wow. But anyway, I do appreciate these messages though, because it's like hitting me too. I'm like, wow, thank you, cards. Sherbeck says, what an amazing woman though. What she led the world through is astounding. Yeah, you know, there's positives and negatives, I think, to all of us. You know, she was a human being. We're all human beings. There are some things that we can say we disliked about the person. There are people that truly love the person. And, you know, I think it's just about what can we learn about now? What can we heal from now? What's coming up for us now? Whatever your opinions, you know, are on the topic, and what can we learn from it? You know, how can we heal from this? Take it as an opportunity, you know, at this time. And like I said, it's difficult though, you know, but that's what we're all here for. Community. We're all here to help each other out. The human community. Let's see. Billy said her son Charles now becomes king. Really feel for the family as they're having to take over all the responsibilities and not having time to grieve. Oh, and Susie's going to be right back. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, you have to think about it, you know, in that point of view too. To be so in the public eye, like everybody is all up in your business. And so whether you are a monarch, or you are a Hollywood celebrity, you know, or model or whatever it is, it's like everybody is in your business. Everybody's going to form an opinion about you. Everybody's going to have something to say. Some people are just straight up not going to like you. Some people are going to adore you. Some people are on the fence about you. Some people will listen only to what happened in the gossip, you know, column, and they judge you based on that. And you know, but at the same time, these people, yeah, they got stuff to do. They got a country to run and whatnot, and that doesn't stop just because somebody passed away. So it's a lot of different perspectives, you know, to take in, definitely. It says it could be difficult to have your mother die and have to rule a country in the next minute. It's like, okay, sign these papers. Yeah, now you're in. So that's interesting. Edgar said, I had to be out from inside my house to save Jehovah's Witnesses with the most angry demonic voice. Not on purpose, though. Oh my gosh. I just pretend not to speak English when people come to, oh well. Actually, it's more like the Jehovah's Witnesses that come to the door. Haven't really been able to do that because not a whole lot of people come to the apartment door, but I used to like to be able to do that when I had that Ring doorbell and I didn't actually have to answer the door, but I could talk through the speaker, and I would just say something in Arabic or something, just because I think they would have somebody that can translate if you spoke Spanish, but if you're throwing Arabic at them, like, I don't think they have anybody who's Chaldean that could understand you, but yeah, I would have some fun. Anyway, Billy said, felt like she was another mother. Mine passed so long ago. So many fam passed, and it's bringing up a lot of memories. Yeah, see stuff coming up for people. She was the one constant in my life. Think King Charles be a kind and good king. And it says, all we can hope for is that her son and grandsons learned from her fortunes and misfortunes and step forward with more awareness from those lessons. And Cherry Bug agrees. Very true. Edgar's like, they left my doorstep fast. Oh, the mic is spotty again. Okay, hold on, you guys. Here we go. Technology, man. Technology. Put it back in. Sherbeck says, I was watching some of it yesterday and watching the prince, princess, duke, and duchess speak to people was heartwarming. All right. Okay. Still shaky. Okay. How about this? How's the mic on the cell phone? I took the whole mic off the cell phone, so now it's just my cell phone mic. It's only shaky when I talk. Well, I took. It's worse. Oh my goodness. Susie's like Mercury goodness. Oh wow. Oh, it's really bad. Okay. Let's see. I hope that helps. Well, gosh darn it. Freaking Mercury. Only good Mercury's a Freddie Mercury. Okay. I hope it's all right now. I plugged it back in. Nope. Okay. You know what? I have a second microphone. Oh, it is better. Okay. Okay, cool. Because if it totally craps out, I have a second mic. So no worries on that. Although I don't think it's my microphone. I think it's good old Mercury. Okay, so now it's good. Okay. All right. I want to pull some charms for you guys. So let me know your elemental signs. Where are my fire signs at? My earth signs, my air signs, my fishy water signs, as you guys just had. Very watery moon. Since I feel like something is affecting it spiritish in the room. Anyone else feel that? Dude, there's been something in here. Probably gave me all those crazy dreams last night. I didn't like whatever was there. Because I briefly woke up and it was like a weird tar person thing, and I quickly put up some shields. But yeah, there's definitely something mischievous here, and I don't think it was ever human. I think there's a weird energy here. Anywho, I'll do a deep cleanse after this video. Okay, let's pull a charm for our fire signs as I see the fire out of the corner of my eye and my candle. So fire signs, what do you guys have cooked up for this week? Marble said Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising, water everywhere. Oh my goodness, the tides, Marble Maiden, the tides. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. All right, so we have the number, actually this is a number, so that's a number 9 actually for our fire signs. And interesting because we are in the 9th month. Sherry Bug is the Pisces Libra. Ooh, double Libras. Dos Libras. Okay, so the number 9, let's see. I want you guys to use your intuition as well, especially when it comes to letters and numbers, but I'll try to dive into this one. Oh, okay. So I was thinking more of Mayan numerology, and the number 9 is a very special number to the Mayans because of its representation in a lot of things that we have in life, you know, of the lunar cycles, of the gestation period of a human being, and how long it takes for them to go from this big to born. Also, just its a power in creating abundance, birthing, creation. So, if this is going to be somewhat of a chillaxed week, whether we like it or not, things slowing down, that molasses feeling for this week, then my fire signs, in this interim, what is it that you want to create? So you have to be very mindful. What are your thoughts and feelings throughout this entire week? Because whatever you think eventually gets spoken, and whatever's spoken usually becomes reality. So be mindful of your thoughts, how you're thinking about yourself, how you think about others, how you think about what you want to do next, because consider that amplified by the end of this week. So if everything's slowing down, it's also the seeds germinating and things like that. So what are you feeding into that energy this week? Because it will be amplified, it will grow, just so you know. And it's not a positive or negative energy, it's very neutral energy. So it's up to you. What do you want to create? What do you want to expand upon? And if we're having feelings of self-doubt and worry, expect that self-doubt and worry to amplify if that is where your energy is being put. But if your energy is being put towards, you know what, this week I want to work on myself and I want to work on healing, then expect that to grow, the healing to amplify. So this is all about amplification, birthing something. It's not going to come instantaneously this week. This is the germination period, but do expect it to grow over the next couple of weeks. And so this is especially, like I said, for our fire signs. So just be mindful, be present, be grounded, be mindful of what you say, what you do, how you act, and what you think as well. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go back here. Edgar says, why do people always make us Cancers wimps? Yes, we avoid fights, but when push comes to shove, we watch out. Susie said, Gemini Sun, Virgo Rising, Capricorn Moon, emotionally repressed. Kidding. Kayla was born on July 9th. There you go. Sherry Bug says, it's a 3x3 thing, but not sure how. That's some good stuff to ponder as well. Susie said, Cancers are good with money. People don't know that. Ooh. They can provide for themselves. Very powerful. And Susie says, Cancers rock. And Edgar said, because all we make are for the ones we love to create security in the home. Aww. Kayla said, love this message. Sherry Bug, nice. 3x3 amplification. Exactly. So just be mindful. That's what it is. Just be mindful. Everything you think, say, and do, just know that that's going to grow. Wherever you put your energy is going to grow. Okay, so let's look at Earth signs. I think I heard some Capricorn in there somewhere. So let's look at Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Cappy. Earth baby, won't you be mine, my darling dear. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn all the time. Okay, we have, little ballerina. Hello, kitty. All right, so this is for our Earth signs. And the first thing that comes to mind is balance. Susie said, Earth in the house too, although I have a stellium in air. Wow. I have a lot going on in air. Cherrybug, I'm not a fire sign, but I think I'm going to amplify myself in the weight room this week. Nice. I can dig it. Okay, so let's dive into this one for our Earth signs. Ooh, actually, along with the balance, I was getting rigidity, to fight the urge to become very rigid in something. I was kind of seeing like the ballerina where I have to hold this pose. I have to be absolutely perfect. I have to point my toe. I have to curtsy this way, or do my plie, and everything's in sync and everything is mechanical and everything is perfect. But we don't live in this highly structured, perfect mechanical world, although many would like to make it so. You'll find that you'll have a much harder time this week if you use a lot of that stubbornness that many earth signs possess, to make things perfect the way you see it in your mind. Like, it must happen this way or it will not happen at all. It won't turn out great unless it absolutely happens this way. Maybe take a cue from some of the water signs. Go a little bit more with the flow this week. If you do catch yourself getting tight, rigid with something, just remind yourself, you know what? However it turns out will be for my best and highest good. I'll do what I can to help the situation, but ultimately it should come out for my best and highest good. So that way you're doing what you can, but you're not trying to control the entire universe to make it happen. So cut yourself some slack. No need to take on all this extra stress and worry, especially if you guys are feeling it in your lower back, your neck, your shoulders. That's where a lot of people tend to carry their tension. Some people carry it in their stomach. They might start to get upset stomachs when they're getting a lot of stress. So if you're starting to feel it in those areas, know that that's your body letting you know, hey, dude, you're taking on way too much stress. Time to chill out a little bit. There's no reason to try and push and mold and try to create something so rigidly that it causes you stress. Creation should be fun. It should be a fun thing to do. So there's no reason for you to feel pain when trying to do something creative, or whatever activity it is that you're trying to do. Alrighty, interesting. Edgar's like, okay, my roommate posted a video of me and I do not appreciate it. Oh. Sherry Bug's like, be on your toes. And Susie's like, that roommate, yikes. Edgar says, it's a TikTok video making voices and fun at people's hygiene, making fun of me, and I told him not to. This roommate of yours, I think you said you were moving out, right? And Susie's like, sorry to hear that he is such a, dude. Wow. Just trying to poke the bear, but we have to think, what is going on with that roommate that makes that person want to act in that manner? The person needs some healing. The person needs some love and some healing, probably for themselves, really. It sounds like something that they would have to work on themselves or ask for help, really. And Susie is asking if he's jealous of you. That could be too, which also means that person needs some more healing. Otherwise, there would be no place for jealousy to stem from. Okay, let's look at air signs. Air signs. Hey, Dylan, how are you? Okay, air signs, let's go, babies. Air signs, you know who you are. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, air signs, air signs. Dylan said, good, almost afternoon. Yes, almost afternoon. Oh, okay. This is what we got for the air signs. This is like this little crazy pumpkin witchy thing going on here. A little Halloweeny, a little crazy witchy Halloweeny. It's a crazy little face. Like, all right, air signs. Let's look into our little witchy friend here, pumpkin witchy friend. Edgar said, yeah, this was definitely the straw that crippled the camel and left it comatose. Whoa. Susie's like, I like it. Dylan said, I'm all right, just catching up on my YouTube notifications and such. Excellent, excellent. Okay, air signs. Okay. I have a lot of air in my chart, so obviously this message also affects me greatly. This is the blame game. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or wherever your air placements may be careful of the blame game this week. Blaming someone else, say, oh, well, somebody just said this or that, and they're just like really making me so frustrated and I just want to explode. So work on the communication. Talk about what you guys have been thinking. Make sure that you get that out. Try not to hold on to things until it becomes resentment and anger. No need to let that boil inside of your body. You know, just nice fluid communication. You can talk to your bestie. You can talk to your four-legged friend or feathery friend. You can talk to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you feel really close to. If you're ever feeling any sort of tension, anger, resentment, whatever it may be, and if somebody did something that upset you, voice your concerns, say why it upset you. Maybe you guys can talk it out. But if you just let it sit there and let it grow and fester, like with our fire signs, we had that number 9, you know, abundance. Remember, wherever your energy gets put into, it will get amplified, you know, after this week. You know, this is the germination period. So if we're going to put it into resenting another person, expect that to grow exponentially. And then we end up becoming like the little wicked witch of the West, you know. We start, you know, kind of like looking crazy, like this little witch here, like, oh, well, you're the reason I'm having a bad day. You're the reason. Well, let's not give them that much power. Let's take back some of it and say, let's communicate. Let's talk about this. I need to get something off my chest or off my head, you know, and let's work through it together. At least you'll feel better. You'll open up that throat chakra instead of feeling, you know, restricted and like you got to swallow this and keep it in the pit of your stomach. No need to hold on to those negative emotions, feelings, and thoughts. Express them. Talk to somebody that you trust. And if it is somebody who has annoyed you or upset you, let them know. Sometimes people don't know how much they hurt us. Sometimes they think it's all fun and games. Some people thought, oh, well, it's just a offhanded thing that I said, comment, and you're just being too sensitive, sometimes people say, because they don't want to take responsibility for what they've said. In which case you're like, okay, so that's where that person's coming from. I am going to figure out why this is triggering me so much, why that person's attitude is triggering me so much, and then I'm going to heal from it, and then that person no longer has any power over me. So, air signs, communicate, get it off your chest, get it out of your head. No need to hold on to that stuff and let it, you know, make you all crazy eye. No need for that. All right. Let's see. Let's go here. Sharebook said air signs are witchy geniuses. Heck yeah. Susie said happy witch. All about the love. Dylan said, if I remember correctly, my rising is Aquarius. Nice. And Susie said, Dylan, you are the humanitarian. Susie's like, I do look crazy though. I think I look crazy. Edgar says, I told him. He just laughed. Well then, yeah, that person, like you said, you're moving out. Probably the best thing. Dylan said, air signs reading, communicate. How original. Yeah, I know. Communicate more, and that's supposed to be our forte, yet sometimes that's where we need the most help. It's like, well, you're not communicating. Actually, James says that to me. He's like, you're supposed to be the queen of communication, and yet he's like, sometimes I feel like you're the worst at communication. I'm like, sometimes it's true. Sharebug says, I got the Hermit. I'm really feeling that air needs to work on this self this week. Yes. And Susie says, I have the hardest time with communication because of Neptune opposition, so I'm screwed. Yeah, you know, sometimes I feel like I just can't formulate words, especially like if I'm upset or something. I'm just like, and then I expect you to understand what I just said. Yeah. Maybe I should work on the communication. Comunicado. Okay, we're going to our water signs. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Water signs. Excellent. Oh. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's a puppy. Edgar says, I was about to change my mind about moving out. He just strengthened my resolve. He's digging his grave. There you go, Edgar. Do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your energy. Do it so that he can help himself. You know, he'll have that time to reflect, you know, his time alone. All right, so for water signs, I also like that it's blue, like water, but we have this little puppy here, and he's kind of sparkly, kind of cute. Okay, so little puppy here, little puppy love, water signs. Loyalty is coming up. This is a time as things are slowing down for reflection. How and why have you remained loyal to a certain belief, a particular feeling, a particular thought about something or someone? How and why are you being loyal to this? So this is just a little check-in this week. Maybe there's a particular belief that you are unworthy of abundance. And maybe that's that core belief. It's way, way down there. And maybe that was ingrained in you when you were just a baby, just a toddler, and maybe listened to the way your parents spoke or the people around you. And maybe it's ingrained in there that I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not worthy of money. So how is that showing up in your life? How is that loyalty to that idea showing up in your life? How is it manifesting itself? And why are we still feeling called to be loyal to this particular core belief? I was just giving that as an example, but that's, a way in which we can look inwards. And it looks like a lot of us are doing the whole inwards, looking a little hermit stuff this week, working on things. So also thinking externally, if there's somebody that you're feeling loyal to, like like let's say a particular roommate, maybe the loyalty sometimes to want to stay, we might feel bad. So like, how am I remaining loyal to this person, perhaps staying within their energetic sphere? And then why am I remaining loyal to this person? Just kind of see what comes up. And it's not to dig at anybody. It's not to place blame or have you get upset at yourself or blame yourself, and it's none of that. It's very neutral, actually. It's just, I want to learn something this week, especially because we have that Kaban energy that we're going to be having on next Saturday, that 12 Kaban, which is about reflection and things that you learn. Maybe water signs, you want to take advantage of that day. Especially anybody that's got water placement, really. And I do have a lot of actually Cancer water placement, and Scorpio. So is it notions? Is it a belief system? Is it a person? Is it a place? Like, some people refuse to move from their hometown, like the town that they grew up in, because they say, well, I was born here. So they feel this certain loyalty to it. I can't move out because I was born here. Well, then being stuck in one place, how is that manifesting, in your life? What is the result of not leaving that one place? And why? Why do you feel loyal to the place of your birth? Maybe take some steps inwards and figure out what's really going on there. And not just because it's a cool city or something, but what's really going on there. So just some stuff for reflection. So who, what, why, how are you being loyal this week? All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. Everyone's mentioning Blue's Clues. And Susie said, yes, move at first, possibly. Yes. Kayla said, puppy charm. And Butterfly, Blue's Clues. Edgar, blue is my favorite color. Yay! Kayla likes Blue's Clues. Susie also in the Blue's Clues. And Dylan says, I've been meaning to add my birth chart to my grimoire so I can remember what my signs are and which signs are in my houses. Very cool. Actually, speaking of birth chart, I have a Mayan destiny chart to start working on today. So super excited about that. Dylan says, I've used Astro before. Oh, astro.com. Okay. And Susie says, I drew a second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Ooh. Edgar, I need to be loyal to myself and true to myself, not to him. Excellent. And Butterfly, this is strongly echoing my oracle polls from earlier. See, dude, this is why I love the live chats. Okay. Let's put these aside. And now let's get to the special question. So this is a question that I posted to my YouTube members. Looking at you guys. Also posted it to my public page, so everybody in the internet sphere. And I also posted it to my patrons. So if you are a YouTube member or you are a patron, you technically get extra votes because you get to vote on there, and then you also get to vote on the public page. And Actually, for the past couple of weeks, sometimes it has come down to needing to really add up each and every vote, from Patreon, from, the YouTube membership, to really find out what the actual, winning question was. Sometimes it is that close. So the special question for this week that you guys voted on, as we tallied it all together, was how can I adjust the flow of energy in my home in a positive way? And I came up with that because of today being 6 Chuen, 6 being of the home, Chuen getting a little bit more creative, artistic. How can we adjust the flow in a positive way? And Edgar says, oh my, just noticed 2 tailless kittens. Well, you said the daddy was tailless, right? So it's kind of like those Scottish folds that look like they have no ears, but really their ears are like kind of folded back. So it looks interesting. All right, so I'm going to pull from the Witch's Kitchen here. And let's take a look at this question. How can we adjust the flow of energy in our home and make it more positive? So how can we adjust the energy in our home? All right, so do a little shuffle here. Okay. How can we adjust the energy, flow of energy in our home in a more positive fashion? How can we adjust the flow of energy in our home in a more positive fashion? Okay, looks like we have our card. Excellent. All right, what do we have here? We have, onion, tears. Didn't I pull onion or something else? I was pulling onion last night, I think, in my my Herbal Tarot deck, so I forgot what it was for though. Anyway, so onion, tears. Which I found out, if you wear glasses, sunglasses, or goggles while you're cutting onions, you won't tear. I used to wear my snowboarding goggles while I would cut onions, but I found my sunglasses work sometimes too. Okay, so how can we adjust the flow of energy in our home in a more positive way? And we have this onion, tears. So let me go into this one. And when you think of tears, we think of flow, we think of letting go. Okay, I was getting actually to look at yourself as if you were water, as if you were water itself. And maybe you want to start at your front door, wherever your front door may be. And I want you to flow from one room to the next. So if you were a body of water and you're flooding through your home, and I'm flooding into the kitchen, is there any barrier, like physical barrier, that's in the way? Also, I want you to feel energetic barriers. Is there anything that feels stagnant or like it's hard to pass in a particular area on your way to your kitchen? Is there actually something in the way? So we can do that way. We can check in energetically, we can check in physically. If there's something physically there, let's move it. And the thing that needs to move, is this something that I'm holding on to for reasons just because somebody gave it to you 10 years ago? You don't ever use it, you don't ever bring it out, but you just sat it there because it was a gift. There's Marie Kondo, or the KonMari method. She often talks about when we are wanting to let go of things, to thank the item and thank the intention at the time, especially when it comes to gifts. Even if like we don't use them and they're just sitting there, but we don't have the heart to throw them away or give them away because, well, somebody gifted it to me. And so what you could do is thank that item. I thank the person who gave this to me. Think on it, think of all the memories and all the warm fuzzy feelings that you get when you think about that person and the energy that was behind the gift. And you're saying, okay, I'm releasing the physical item, but I'm holding on to the energy that my friend or that family member gave me at that time. And that's what I want to hold on to. Because actually, isn't that really what we're trying to hold on to? We're trying to hold on to the kindness of that person, the generosity of that person, the love of that person. We can hold on to that without having to hold on to the actual physical item. So maybe this is a really good time for not only a cleaning of your apartment, your condo, your townhouse, your home, whatever it is, but also an energetic cleaning as well. So continue that body of water, you're flowing, and we're going to flow into the bathroom. Again, is there anything that you run into on the way that needs to be moved, given away, donated, sold, whatever it may be? But also energetically, how's it feeling? I want you guys to really practice opening up those little energetic feelers. And if anything feels stagnant, well, then I know that I'm maybe going to use that awesome sage bundle that we talked about earlier that Edgar makes, and we're going to clear away that area. We're going to send light to it, and then we're going to flow into the next room. And do this room by room in your home to help release stagnant energy in your home. If you want a more positive flow, you know, you want stuff to flow in, right? We want abundance to flow in. We want more love to flow in. We want friends to flow in and family. Then we want to make sure that they're not going to be physically obstructed, moving room to room, but also we want to make sure that energetically people aren't feeling those obstructions if you live within the home. So we want to remove anything that we're feeling as we're flowing from room to room, you know, energetically. Maybe cut some cords, do whatever your releasing ceremony or cleansing ceremony might be. Use some moon water. If you just made some moon water, let that full moon energy just like let that stuff go, let that old energy go, but also the physical items as well. So it'd be a really good time to look at yourself as if you were water. Flow from room to room. What needs to go? And then you'll start to see that there's a more positive flow in your home. All right, let's see here. Susie said, pretty deck. Kayla said, rub your hand on a stainless steel object and it will stop the tears. Really? Really? I will try that. You told me that?
Why would you put it in the nozzle or the sink?
Then why are your tears? You still get teary.
I do that every time I cut onions.
Okay,
it
well,
takes the smell off your hands.
I didn't know
It
that.
attracts the onion ions.
Well, I didn't think of that. But I'm still gonna wear sunglasses. Let's see. Butterfly said, tears are a movement of energy from the emotional and physical bodies, clearing out the buildup, stuck, stagnant, or overwhelming vibes. I haven't had a good cry in a very long time. Well, maybe we need to watch some emotional movies, get some of the tears out maybe. Or maybe while we're doing some of our healing work, some of the tears will come out then as well. Edgar says, I got the 6 of Swords, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. Get the heck out of the house so you may find more joy in a new place and meet new people. And Butterfly said, I like your explanation. Oh, thank you. And Edgar said, that card looks like a seed packet. Kinda. Silver Star, hey, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, I will definitely pull a card for you at the very end. Thank you so much. Ah, hope you're having an awesome Sunday. Are you working today? If so, take it easy. Dylan said, you can use a broom to cleanse a place energetically. Yes, you can use your little besom, actually. That's one of the things we have in the mystery box. I'm just saying. Anyway, Susie saying, so happy to see our friend, Silver Star Priestess. Edgar said, no, Butterfly, you cry and I start crying. I've been crying for a week already. I do that too. If some people just start crying around me, like I start getting teary too. Like it's like, let's all flow. So Silver Star's at work, so take it easy out there. Edgar's like, no movies. I cry easily. Actually, you know what, my good friend, who, you know, she lives in California, and she's, I don't know, I love her personality, but she also will sometimes just cry as she's talking, even if it's about a happy thing. Like she just starts tearing up. Like she'll tell you like how the girls are doing. She's, yeah, they're doing really well. Just like tears just start coming. Like she's so she's like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her eyes. I think she just like, it just gets emotional all the time. Like everything, like she feels so deeply, like joy, sadness, whatever emotion. And so when she's talking, just like the tears. Let's see, Butterfly said, Edgar, lend me some. I'm emotionally constipated. I get tired of being the strong one. Aw, let it flow, girl, let it flow. And Silver Star, gonna take a 10-minute break, drink and eat some fruit. Sounds good. Marble Maiden, hey, thank you, thank you. I will definitely pull a card for you at the very end as well. Thank you so much. Yay! Okay, let's see. You guys have, oh, the viewer's choice poll. Okay, all right, so I have the Jade Oracle here. And I have 2 questions to pose to you guys. And go ahead and vote on the question that you like best. And how do you vote? You vote with an emoji, or I'll show you. So if you like the first question, vote with a red heart emoji or type the words red heart. If you like the second question, give it a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. Okay, are you ready? Here's the questions. Question 1 for a red heart emoji. What message does basil have for me? Remember our herb at the very beginning? So what message does basil have for me? That's for a red heart. Green heart, what do I need to detox in my life? You know, since this is also about letting go, we think of the full moon in Pisces. What are we letting go of? What do I need to detox in my life? Okay, so you guys go ahead and vote. Red heart, what message does basil have for me? Green heart, what do I need to detox in my life? Okay, here's some Jeopardy music for you. Do 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 do. Wow, my goodness, that's a lot of greens. Do 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 do. Okay. So I guess I don't need to count. I'm pretty sure green just won. So April, Dylan, Marble Maiden, Susie, Kayla, Silver Star, Butterfly. There we go. Green wins. Okay, so the question was, what do I need to detox in my life? For the greens. Go for the greens. Okay, so a little bit more shuffle, shuffle. What do we need to detox in our life? Okay, as that full moon releases its energy as it aims towards a new moon. Edgar also coming in with the green heart. Okay, looks like everybody's like, I think we all just need to detox. So we're like, you tell me, you tell me. Okay, let's see here. What do we need to detox? Apparently a lot, because we can't use all these cards. Let's try that again. We can't use the whole deck. Okay. What do I need to detox from our life? Okay, we have our card. There we go. Put that back in its little box there. Okay. Temescali, Sweat Lodge. Dude, are you serious for detox? And we have Sweat Lodge? Cheeky little deck. Okay, so let's go back here. Edgar's like, no, not again. Blah, 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 Jeopardy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Silver Star's like, precisely. Susie's like, wow. Okay. All right. Let me, Temescali. Let's dive into this one. Wow, we really do need an emotional release. So I guess it would, I guess it really is like kind of tapping into the special question, the one that everybody voted on, you know, in Patreon, the YouTube members, and the community, you know, talking about our home and releasing energy, you know, physical items, non-physical things, like letting some of that stuff go, working through it, whether you got to smudge through it, whether you got to cry through it, whether you physically want to release something. It's a good time, because right now it seems like we all need to detox. And some of that, we know that physical items do carry energy. So we're going to need to kind of sweat some of this stuff out. Like, we really do need to get rid of the past. and make room for what's going on right now in the present and all the things that are going to happen for us in the future. But here in the present, we do have to release. So let's go in a little bit deeper. You are all our loved ones, and we are your loved ones. This is a time of purging. There are notions of who you are and how much you're capable of and where you're allowed to go in life. But these are all restrictions. They are prisons, put in place sometimes subconsciously, sometimes consciously. These prisons are energetic. The energy comes from thoughts, feelings, words, situations. But the prison comes from the past. The past holds us prisoner in the present. To release the past is to release your prison. Who you were then does not dictate who you are now. What you thought then does not dictate what you think now. How you behave now. What you want to do with your life now. To be confronted by another who does not agree with what you choose to do next, take it not as a confrontation with you, but a confrontation with their self. You are the reminder that they have placed themselves in a prison. They don't know why you don't continue to stay in your prison. When you release yourself from your prison, those that choose to stay within theirs become triggered. But this is a good thing. You remind them they have the power to release themselves from their prisons as well. So, this is a time of release, anger, frustration, for whatever happened in the past, whatever you think you did in the past, or what someone else did, is just that. It is the past. It is not now. So, when releasing your prison, one might sweat it out. One might cry it out. One might scream it out. Whichever way, we need to get it out. It is done. It is behind us. And all possibility is here in the present. You can call this your playground in the present, your heaven in the present, because it can be whatever you want it to be. And when you truly understand that, you are truly free. Whoa, candle burned all the way down there. My goodness, my candle disappeared. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Okay. Food for thought. Things to do. Things to do this week, I suppose. um, okay, let's go back here. Dylan said detox bad habits. And Susie said, I made a leek soup yesterday. It isn't very good. The taste is great for detox, though. Nice. Butterfly said, hot sauce fixes everything. um, and Susie said, yes, Cholula. Good idea. And Edgar says, I got the hangman, the tower, ace of coins, four of wands, and chariot. Take a long look at where things went wrong and are holding you back from making money and obtaining victory. Lily, how are you? It says, I'm late. Hey, no worries. Susie said, beautiful message. Silver Star, absolutely beautiful messages. Dude, I loved that. I don't know what. It was like a weird light being energy had come in. That was cool. They have a very nice energy. Wow. I love this deck. I love this deck. Okay. So, let's go into our supers. So I believe we started off with, hold on, let me go way back here. We have Marble Maiden, we have Silver Star. Okay, so I think that's it. So it's Silver Star and Marble Maiden. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Silver Star said, I had a great cry yesterday and fasted, only drank tea and water, took a micro of some mushrooms. You know, I miss them. I would, I wish there was some around here. Butterfly said, that sounds really nice. And Susie, I want to get some one of these days. Kayla, congratulations! She has been a member for 3 months. Kayla, I will be pulling you a card as well. So Silver Star, Maiden, and Kayla. All right. Let me just double check again. Yep, Marble Maiden. Okay. So Silver Star will go first, Marble Maiden, and then Kayla will give you a special card for your 3 months. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. I'm using the Dragon Witches, you guys, that brand new playing card deck. Freaking awesome images. Okay, and then we'll get to our healing. We'll close up the circle, and we'll do our gratitudes. All right, so Silver Star, what do we got going on? You're very welcome, Kayla. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, Silver Star, you're gonna love this deck. It was like $9-10 at the bookstore. The artwork is amazeballs. Edgar's like, don't be alarmed. I fell off my bed. I'm good. Oh my god. Edgar, you're so crazy. Oh my goodness, you're awesome. I fall out of bed, but that's like when I'm sleeping or sitting. I don't know, I'm kind of a klutz. So, all right, Silver Star. Here we go. Here we go, girl. Oh. All right, Silver Star. Susie said today is Aries moon, Heather. Mermaid Bay says, hello, at least I'm on time for the gratitudes. Yay. And the healing. We're going to do our healings too. All right, so Silver Star, you have this 9 of Pentacles here, or 9 of diamonds. And we have this like electrical lady doing kind of like a little belly dance going on here. Okay, so Silver Star, let's see what's going on in here. Okay, I'm getting like, allow the energy around you to charge you up in a conscious way. So like we were talking about the Aries moon, we come right out of our Pisces full moon. We're already into Aries, so it's like that little Pisces didn't have a whole lot of time to be a full moon before it went straight into Aries. But with a lot of this energy, it does feel pretty supercharged that's going on around us. Instead of just soaking in that supercharged energy and then just letting that energy just go wherever you please, just letting it go straight through you. How do you want to harness that energy, like this belly dancer lady dancing in the lightning. How do you want to harness it? Do you want to put it towards, and I would say have a more focused intention with it. Like instead of putting it towards 5 different things, let's put it towards maybe 1 or 2. So do you want to put this energy into your home, like clearing up the home, maybe some energetic gunk? Do you want to put it towards some health, self-healing? Do you want to put it towards a project that you're doing or a spell that you're working on? How do you want to harness that energy? And I think it would be much more beneficial for you than just, you know, letting things go subconsciously, all willy-nilly, all over the place, because then it's unfocused, it's undirected, and it's really hard for our manifestations to come to fruition if we're throwing everything out everywhere. It's like, I'm just going to cast a net and see how many fish I get, you know, instead of, you know what, maybe I'm going to strategize a little bit and I'm going to go fishing just in this one spot, and you may find that you catch much bigger and finer fish than casting out a net all willy-nilly. So just a little FYI for the energy right now is focus it. You'll see a much bigger and better return with a more focused intention than just letting go all crazy. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see, let's go back here. Susie said she's gorgeous, just like you, Silver Star. Aw, and Dylan's back. Yay! Silver Star says, I've been using my dancing to channel the energy into my spell work, so this makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Dude, dance it all in. And also that gives it focused intention, so that's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. I'm telling you, these dragon witches, I love the dragon witches. Okay. All right, so here we go. For Marble Maiden, let's see what we've got going on here. Yeah, let me do a little shuffle there. Okay, Marble Maiden. Marble Maiden, she's the one. She's the one that has so much fun. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, Marble Maiden. Looks like got your card. Oh my goodness. Talk about crazy energy. All right then. You have your card. It was not the whole deck. All right, we got the 4 of Hearts, which would translate into the 4 of Cups. But we have this lady here, and like I said, this is more of an oracle deck than I think it would be a tarot deck. So let's take a look into this lady. 4 of Cups. And she's, by the way, she's got the coolest white streak in her hair. I'm just saying. Okay. Okay, Marble Maiden, it feels like there are some things that it's almost like deja vu coming up for you again. So, you know, some things that we thought, I left that in the past. That's totally in the past. That's not me anymore. I don't even deal with those people anymore. But because that you may have just like physically left a particular situation, you know, there might be physical distance between you and whatever happened in the past, but the healing there wasn't a whole lot of healing that took place. So there's still some stuff that's yet to be healed. So it feels like there's stuff that's happening now that is very reminiscent of some things that happened in the past. It may not be with the same people, it may not be the same situation, but it does feel like the same type of energy and the same feelings coming up. So with this, like, I'm seeing like the gray hair of wisdom here, this like lock of wisdom. What have you learned now? Because obviously you're a different person now. You've grown, you have different ideals, you have different wants and different needs and all of this. It's very easy for us to look back on our past self and decide, oh, that's who we still are, but that's just not true. You've grown, you're much more wise now. So knowing all of that and being more conscious of it, as this situation seems similar that's coming up now, and the only reason it's coming up is because it's like, hey, you know, you have some things to heal because we want you to grow even more. We want you to be an even more awesome version of yourself, you know, to glow and shine even brighter. So, not a punishment at all. I know sometimes we feel like the universe is picking on us, but really it's trying to say, hey, 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 you know, because it can't do the healing for us. It can only present us things that we can choose to take the opportunity to heal from. So, this is an opportunity to take a look at the situation and say, wow, this is similar. I wonder why it's similar. Okay, what is this reminiscent of? You might pinpoint it back to a particular thing that happened in the past, or many things that happened in the past, and say, oh, okay, I know where this is coming up again. Now it takes you out of the situation and all the stress and anxiety that sometimes would happen in a particular situation like that. And now you have that bird's eye view. You get to be more like this wise looking lady here, kind of looking back on the past, saying, oh, okay, I understand why you're here. Now you feel empowered again. I understand what I need to do now. You work on that, you'll never see that situation come up ever again. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. Silverstar said, exactly. Thank you. You're very welcome. Lily, yay! It says, can you ask if my spiritual crew have any messages for me? I certainly can. Thank you so much. Susie said, sorry, guys. Susie was looking at the photo. Marble Maiden, thank you so much. You're very welcome. And Susie's like, anyway, hearts for all. All right. So let's go ahead and put this back in. And then we had Kayla, and then we have Lily. But Kayla is celebrating her 3-month membership anniversary with the KWT crew, the magic members. Okay. So Kayla. Okay. Interesting. So now we have the 10 of Cups, or the 10 of Hearts. And it's a similar picture. That's interesting that it's a similar picture, but it's a different point of view. Kayla has all the awesome special emojis. Yay! You guys are wondering how, like, Kayla and Susie and all of them, Heather and everything, has all these special emojis. It's through the YouTube membership. They get, like, special things to use. So, okay, Kayla, let's see what this means for you. Different. I keep getting different. And I'm thinking, like, in a family or in a group of friends, sometimes we don't want to be the different one. It's, I'd say, sometimes much more comfortable to just blend in, you know, with everybody. Like, oh, I'm just like the rest of my family, you know, and I seamlessly blend in, or I'm just like my friends and I seamlessly blend in. But I don't see you as a wallflower. I don't see you as part of your mission here on earth is not to just blend in, just become a part of the scenery. You're not meant to be the person who's just in the choir in the background. No, you're the leading voice. And although maybe you may not see yourself as like one who's leading the charge, you know, maybe at this time, but I do feel that you are on the track to doing that. You know, all the healing and all the things that you've been doing, and I keep saying the word healing, but oh my gosh, is it not just a constant in our everyday life? But all the things that you're doing, I see leading you towards eventually being really comfortable in your own skin, who you are. And sometimes who we are, we don't, you know, I know we want to feel like we're connected to our family and connected to our friends, but we can be connected, but also be different. Being connected doesn't mean we need to act exactly like they do or believe exactly like they do. In fact, the most precious gift that you can give somebody is the fact that you are your own person, because that gives them the strength to maybe branch out and be their own person. Maybe they're too scared to, you know, break away from being a wallflower. You know, they are afraid to be in the limelight, show who they really are, their true colors and their gifts. but seeing you do it gives other people the confidence to do it. And like I said, maybe you may not feel like that leader now, but you are, and there are people watching you, your closest, the people that love you the most. And also, it might be uncomfortable for some people to see somebody be so different or be different than everybody else, only because they question themselves and say, what am I doing that, why am I keeping myself so blended in with everybody else? Can't I grow and glow, just like Kayla? Can I blossom too? Well, let's see what happens with her, and then maybe I'll dip my toe into the water as well. Yeah, but I just see that you're on this path. If you've been wondering, like, what is my purpose in life, one of your big purposes is to really truly be you. Be your own you. Don't be afraid to speak what's on your mind, how you truly feel in your heart. I know that you might be a very gentle person and you'd be afraid of hurting people's feelings if you had a different opinion than somebody else. But really, it's your opinion and you value other people's opinions. It's okay to have an opinion that's different than somebody else. Just like it's okay that for those other people to have an opinion different than yours. So speak your truth. Challenge people's beliefs and ideas just by being you. That's the best thing that you can do. That's how you help other people grow. You give people confidence. You help people grow. That's a beautiful, noble thing to be on this planet. And it's something that takes a lot of bravery, and the universe knows you got it in you. So you got it. You got it. Let's see. Let's go back here. Susan said, yay. Dylan said, my back hurts from carrying all the weight of being the cool black witchy sheep of the family. It's so much responsibility. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like just like in Kayla's message, it's, I would say all you can really be responsible for is yourself. And I know that we love our family members, we love our friends, and we want the best for them. But all we can hope for is that they find their true voice, their true calling, and all we can be is ourselves. So, Kayla said, wow, thank you. You're very welcome. Silver Star said, absolutely beautiful. These are beautiful cards, by the way, I must say. All right. Lily, I know that you had a question back here. Let me scroll back up. Lily wants to ask if my spiritual crew has any messages for you. Actually, that rhymes. Lily's spiritual crew having messages for you. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, Lily, let's see what we got going on here. All right. Oh, okay. You have the King of Clubs, also known as the King of Wands. But like I said, this is more Oracle than it is Tarot. Well, because it's a playing card deck. But anyway, look at this chica. She is commanding respect. She's just out there. She doesn't give a what people think about her. So let's dive into this one. Oh, I love it. What's on her head? Oh, she has like a dragon. She has some wings and she has a skull. This chick is badass. I like it. I like it. Yeah, definitely a hot mama. Okay, so let's see what your team is saying about this, Lily. Okay. So, Lily, it's interesting because I feel like it's a similar message to the one that I just gave Kayla, except that you being in a different place than Kayla is. It's almost as if you are who Kayla will probably be in a couple of years, if that makes sense. So your spiritual team is saying, no matter what insecurities you may have about yourself or things that you're like, oh, I could improve on this and that, which is great. They're happy that you're trying to improve yourself and you're trying to grow. But also know that you make a huge impact on people. Just being you and just being your energy. Like when you come into a room, people turn their head and they take notice. They may not come up to you. I do feel like sometimes, that energy can be intimidating for people. Somebody who knows for sure who they are, will not take no for an answer, sometimes, who has really good boundaries with people, and situations. And sometimes people are intimidated by that. But to not change and bend just to make somebody else feel comfortable is one of their messages. Continue being the powerful energy that you are, and yes, please do continue growing, do continue doing the work, trying to heal yourself, all of those things. But in the meantime, people really do feel the energy that you radiate when you walk into a room. And so that's also why it's so important that we do work on the self, because you want to think about what energy you are radiating. If you're radiating energy of confidence, I know who I am, I'm exactly where I need to be. For other people, they might, like I said, be intimidated by that, but it also makes them look inside themselves. If they're looking at you saying, man, why, I wish I had that. I wish I had that je ne sais quoi, that when I come into a room, I command respect. I wish I had that too. Well, knowing, that you can do it, they might start to look at themselves and say, I can do that too. Why can't I just command respect when I come into a room? Where does this actually come from? And then maybe they want to start doing some work too. Like, oh, maybe it comes from self-confidence. Maybe I need to work on my self-confidence, being okay with who I am. So you show people that it's okay to be who they are. So like I said, it feels like you're just in a different place than Kayla is right now. Like maybe Kayla might be feeling things out a little bit more at this moment, where you're a little bit further along. You understand already who you are, and now you're just in the knowledge phase. You just want to get more knowledge. You just want to understand how to heal the self more. And so your team is saying you're on the right track. You're doing great, and be mindful of that energy output that you have, because you have a lot of it, and it really, people do feel it. And just know that we can only lead by example. So you're on the right track. Continue obtaining all the knowledge that you can. Continue healing as you are, and continue radiating. Don't dim your light just to make somebody else feel comfortable, because we know that it's in the discomfort that's where people grow, and you want people to grow. You're doing it out of love, not out of any sort of spite. So, all right. I can dig it. I can dig it. Kayla said, wow, that is so cool. I'm listening. Wow. Lily, that is one hot mama card. I dig it. All right. Okay, you guys. So we've come to the healing portion of our reading today. So let me put these back in their little box here. Again, that was the Dragon Witches, if you guys were interested. Who makes this? I'm not really sure. I'm sure if you just type it into, Nene Tate, maybe? Nene Tate? Or Nene Thomas. Nene Thomas is the creator, I believe. But yeah, just type Dragon Witches into the interwebs. It should be able to come up. Okay, so I have my little tongue drum here, and I thought I'd play us a little bit of music while you guys think on the messages that you received today. Which one of them, connected with you? What do you want to release, since this does seem like a release time? Whether it be tears, sweat, whatever it is, physical items that we're getting rid of. I know that I'm doing a lot of physical item purging, because I'm paring down for moving. But what do you guys release with this full moon energy? We're already in Aries, so we can add a little bit of that fire to that water element that we have, which would actually be, fire and water is Maluk, the day sign Maluk in Mayan astrology. So tapping into that Maluk energy. But let me walk you guys through a little guided meditation. Think about what you want to bring in, what you want to release. Make this personally yours. It's just 5 minutes. I won't take too much of your time. And then, yeah, this is all about you. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable spot. I have a little towel underneath my butt here on the hard floor. But you could be laying on the bed, you could be sitting on the couch. Just make sure that if you're laying down, that you're laying as straight as possible. If you're sitting down, try to keep the spinal cord as straight as possible. We want an easy flow of energy. Remember that flow that we've been talking about? So we want that water, maybe the cleansing waters, maybe some of that arnica water that I was talking about, that's in our little mystery box. But yeah, let it flow through you. What are we releasing? What are we bringing in? And let's just keep that back nice and straight. Dylan says, I've been watching Aries tarot readings for the full moon and this week ahead, and a lot of them say to release something. Yeah, good stuff this week. I'm going to continue releasing physical items, I think, for my home here. All right, so get nice and cozy. If you want, go ahead and close your eyes. And just bring your awareness inside your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the gurglings of your tummy. Maybe you want to feel the beating of your heart, in which case maybe take your right hand, place it onto your heart. Just get nice and connected. And if you want, you can take your other hand, your left hand, place that onto your stomach. Just feel the heartbeat. Feel the breath. All that matters is this moment right now. And while you're feeling into this, think about the person that you want to be right now. This very second. Who do you want to be? And know that as you think it, you already are. You are that person. If you will say, I want to have more confidence, then you have more confidence. I want to be more outspoken, then at this moment you are outspoken. I want to work on my healing, then at this moment you will work on your healing. As you think it, so it is. You are a powerful, powerful being on this planet. It is the responsibility of the matrix to keep us in its matrix. To have us believe that all we are is flesh and bone. When actuality, we are the most powerful conductors of energy in the known universe. This body would not be without the spirit that is you, your higher self. And I've seen many of your higher selves, Syrians, Atlanteans, glowing beings that I don't know what name to give you. You're all beautiful. You all have a wonderful purpose here. And how fantastic that we can all come together here, sit here, while we all figure it out together. We're here for each other on this journey. And at this moment, I'm filled with gratitude for each and every person spending this moment with me. And I'm grateful to be spending this moment with you. No other place I'd rather be. I want you to go ahead and we're going to focus on taking a nice deep inhale. And as you do, think about that cool water, that flow of water. What do you want to bring in? What do you want the tide to bring in? The next set of waves, what do you want them to bring in for you at this time? And whenever you exhale, think about the things that you're releasing. This is all about release. And if during this meditation tears come down, streaming down your eyes, but you don't feel any sort of sadness at all, that's fine. Let your body do what it needs to do. Let the snot run. Let the tears run. Let the sweat run. Let the body do what it needs to do while you bring in the energy you want and release the energy that you want. You are in the driver's seat. You are in charge. You have the power. Anybody who tells you different, you know that's an absolute lie. They have the power just as much as you have the power. Okay, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. Ready? We're going to go into the lungs, into the diaphragm, into the stomach. 1, 2, 3, and go. Let that intention fill your entire being, every cell in your body, and release. Belly button to the spine. Get it. Empty the tank. Empty the tank. What are you releasing? Let's do that again. Let's breathe in. And out. In again. And out. Okay, I want you guys to ground and connect in a way that works best for you. Continue focusing on your intentions and that which you want to release. you guys. Hope you enjoyed that little healing. I love busting out the tongue drum. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Um, let's see, let's go back here. I missed some of your comments. Um, Lily said thank you, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, Sumi, hey, how are you? Says we'll watch later. Did I just level up last night? Yes or no? Definitely. Let me pull a card for you. Sumi, how are you? um, Everybody wishing her a good afternoon. Susie says I was pulling a card from the Oracle of the Shapeshifters and I drew Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time. Looks like tarot. Oh my goodness. I love Quetzalcoatl. In fact, that's partly the name of my Jeep, Quetzadora. It's Quetzalcoatl and Dora the Explorer, so Quetzadora. So Susie said yes. One more question from Sumi, and she will watch later. She's wondering if she leveled up last night. Okay. Roberto, hello, how are you? Silverstar said, I had my eyes closed for this, wanted to share what I saw. I saw our ancestors all around us in a circle. They said, we are with you, we surround you, we are protecting you all with love. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing. All right. So Sumi, let's take a look here. Thank you again, Sumi. Did Sumi level up last night? Must have been a lot of stuff happening for people last night. People leveling up, people getting pulled from their astral bodies. Like, oh, okay. We have the Six of Cups here. Look at this person. Silverstar said, so welcome, Kayla. Love it. Roberto, wishing everybody blessings. Okay, Sumi, let me just dive into this one. Yes. Definitely. So it's almost as if, the way I see it, Sumi, almost as if like another pair of eyes opened up, like another understanding of the world around you, your place in it, just awareness, like your consciousness level. So I don't know what happened with you last night or, you know, what was going on, because we all had some crazy night stuff happening last night. But for you, all I keep seeing is like another pair of eyes, like eyes superimposed over your eyes. Yeah, just like this lady here. And what does she have on her side? Looks like she has a whip, so almost like a new tool for your tool belt. Yeah, but I definitely see the eyes, just another level of the way you see things and just your way of being. Wow, a lot of this leveling up stuff coming up too, all with all this growth and all this release. Dude, Sumi, congratulations. That is freaking amazeballs. Yes. Susie, we love your emojis, by the way. All right, you guys. So I already put the candle out, but let's go ahead, because I ran out of candle actually. So let's go ahead and close up our circle, and we'll start at the north again with our awesome little wand that we have in our Desert Cauldron shop on Etsy. And let's close this baby up, thanking our elemental friends at the north for helping us with this circle today. Thanking our elemental friends at the west for helping us today. Thank you, elementals at the south, for helping us today. And thank you, elementals at the east, for helping us to cast our circle today. The circle is closed, but the circle still remains. As above, so below. As within, so without. Merry meet and merry part. Merry do we meet again. And so it is. And no other people would I love to merrily meet again. So love to hang out with you guys. Silver Star saying congratulations. Have a Aries beautiful day, darlings. Love you guys so much. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you to everybody who came into the chat, slung cards with us. People maybe were just hanging out in the background listening, and thank you to everybody who was participating. Thank you to all of my YouTube members, and Kayla, congratulations on 3 months. But yeah, to Heather and Lisa, I don't think she got to come in today, but you know, Kayla as well. And Susie, thank you guys all so much for being my YouTube members, and thank you to all of my subscribers. Do you know that I am very close to 9,000 subscribers? And as you know, I'm giving away a lot of stuff because I'm going to be moving. So I think that I'm going to have to put together like a little like witchy gift something when we hit 9,000. So yeah, let's do that. I'll put together some stuff that I want to lovingly give away. Perhaps some decks, maybe some witchy items that you guys might like. But I also want to thank my patrons. So thank you, homies: Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Kayla, Sarah, Jason, Charles, Brian, Grace, and Jamie. And which, by the way, Jamie, I have your my birth chart that I'll be working on the next couple of days too. So let's see, let's go back here. Silver Star says, make sure to smash the like button. Thank you. And Lily said, thank you. This was great. Thank you for hanging out with us. Silver Star said, OMG, congrats, Tara. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, next month, we're out this beach. I'm going to the mountains, baby. Yeah, and then after that, once we get settled in, we're going to start. We really will be working on hashtag burning sage. Can you believe it? I'm so excited. Dylan says, have a great day, everyone. Kayla said, that's so exciting. All right, guys, love you all to pieces. I hope that you have fun writing out this full moon energy here. Have a great week. Things will be slowing down, so take advantage of it. Where do you guys want to put your energy? I'm wishing you all the best. Love you all so much. Love hanging out with you guys on my Sundays. And yeah, catch y'all later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.